Hey there! Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Invite your friends and search for CSLGH.
is our purpose? What is our will? How do we know what's true and what's real? We may not know where life's road will lead. It doesn't matter as long as we believe that God is the answer. God is the answer. God is the answer to whatever the question may be. What's going on in this world today? Where do we fit in? What can we do to make a difference? What can we say? Where do we go? This way or that way? But if we all pray and truly believe, love one another, we can let the world see that God is the answer. God is the answer. God is the answer to whatever the question may be. We may not know where life's road will lead. It doesn't matter as long as we believe that God is the answer. God is the answer. God is the answer to whatever the question might be.
Thank you, Teresa. Welcome to Granada Hills Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Wayne McDonald, and I am the presider today. And I'm going to invite Michael Tatlock, who is our guest speaker. I'm going to invite him up as we light the flames of faith. Every Sunday we do the lighting of flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one universal presence which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. As Michael lights the first candle, we light it for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. The second candle is lit for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. The third candle is lit for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. And as Michael lights the fourth candle, it's lit for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle is lit for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle is lit for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness and the path of love. The seventh candle is lit for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. The eighth candle is lit for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. The ninth candle is lit for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental thought and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as Michael lights the 10th candle, we light it for all those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we are holding for them at the center. And as Michael lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
Join me in this opening treatment. And as we center ourselves and go within to that heart space, to that place of knowing, I know and recognize that God is that love, light, peace, and joy. And I know that in this place of oneness, there is always an answer. There is always action and creation happening. And I know today's service unfolds in that perfect place, knowing that with God all is possible. And with a grateful heart, I give thanks for the center. I give thanks for each person online and for our community here in Granada Hills. And I just release these words to the law, knowing it is complete and done. And together we say, and so it is. Today's question is it possible to make the impossible possible? Mildred Taylor says, so many things are possible as long as you don't know they are impossible. Or in my case, being a practitioner, having the task of completing a short talk with challenges is neither here or there. It was once said by a very brilliant philosopher, Larry the Cable Guy, get her done. Let me begin really here by rewinding to the beginning. Yesterday on Saturday, when I got home at 4:30, ready to do my talk, I discovered I had no house keys. An hour later, jumping through several hoops, I got access to the apartment, still no keys, and as of 10:40 today, still no keys. So by the time I got settled in, it was time to make dinner. And after that happened, I'm now staring at the clock. It's 8 o'clock, and I ask myself, is it possible to make the impossible possible? Francis Assisi said, start doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. Today I share this story with you because I'm sure we might have some challenges occasionally. So the talk today is, it is possible to do the impossible. Sometimes staring at a clock is not productive, but it can be very motivational. Now, know that a blank piece of paper is an opportunity to create something beautiful. Begin by writing the middle of the talk or writing the end of the talk, no matter wherever you want to start, whether it's writing a talk or creating something. Spirit is always present and guiding you. Ernest Holmes says, man, by thinking, can bring into his experience whatever he soever desires. If he thinks correctly and becomes a living embodiment of his thoughts. Life has challenges, or as I like to call them, speed bumps on the road of life. I am always at choice, and I know with God, all things are possible. Ernest Holmes says, there's no such thing as your mind, my mind, and God's mind. There is only mind. Ernest Holmes continues, in the beginning, we behold nothing visible. There is only infinite possibility, a limitless imagination, a consciousness. The only action of the consciousness is the idea. With spirit, all things and all impossibilities are possible. And to you, get her done, love, peace, and joy, and so it is.
I felt my faith acquit me. I couldn't even go outside. When my friends tried to pick me up, I crawled up underneath the bed to hide. Knew I was never gonna change my luck till I got up the courage to try. And when I finally got the nerve to spread my wings, found out I could fly. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. I had no way of knowing what might come from all of this. Scares me now just to think about all the good things that I might have missed. Yeah, I was just trying to find some help. I wanted to see myself as a survivor. I had to rise up from the ashes of love, jump back into the fire. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. I like it. Sometimes you got to believe before you see the proof. You could wait a lifetime for a moment of truth. Yeah, sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. Oh, yes. Sometimes all it takes. Sometimes all it takes. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith.
Thank you, Teresa. Announcements. Practitioners are available today in the treatment room for a complimentary 2-minute affirmative prayer. And I know we have several licensed practitioners in the room. Please raise your hand. You could also find a practitioner online at cslgh.org. CHL members, we look forward to gathering with our church community at our general meeting today after the second service, and we are meeting at 12:30. And we will be voting for the new minister. Please join us for this important process. Remote voting instructions are posted on the Facebook page. Is somebody available on to answer a phone? You could also call CSLGH. We do have somebody manning the phones if you have any questions. And email. Yes. How about carrier pigeon? Will that work? Okay. Wednesday, August 5th, Sangha takes place at 9:30 a.m. The class is open for signups for one more week. Please see details in Sparks Hall or talk to practitioner Kitty Hack. Thank you. Later in the evening, Wednesday, August 5th at 7 p.m., the SOM discussion group will meet. Join Dr. Maureen Hoyt and Andrea Reck for an open forum discussion related to the topics of science of mind. Donations are accepted at the door. We are continuing with our Raise the Roof fundraiser, and we are thankful for all those that have already donated and participated, and we thank those in advance who wish to continue donating as we have decided to complete the entire roof. A gentle reminder, we ask that all cell phones be placed on silent during service. And thank you for our understanding. And we have Chloe with the gratitude box, or Barbara. And the suspension. Should we have a drum roll for this? We always need a drum roll for this. Okay, drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay, so Marlena picked it out today. Ooh, that's loud. It says, I'm grateful for my health. Yeah. Nice one. I like it. Yay.
Health in body, mind, and spirit. Okay, please stand for the Declaration of Principles. And together, we believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon the law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and the immortality of the individual soul forever extending. We believe in eternal goodness, eternal loving kindness, and the goodness of life to all.
Y'all sing with me now. Heaven's inside of me. Heaven's inside of me. Your spirit and nature within and without. Now that I know that God's right here, right now. Heaven's inside of me. Heaven's inside of you. inside of you. Oh, the spirit and nature within and without. Now that I know that God's right here, right now. Heaven's inside of you. Heaven's inside of us. Heaven's inside of us. Our spirit and nature within and without. Now that I know that God's right here, right now. Heaven's inside of us. Heaven's inside of us. Heaven's inside of us.
Thank you, Teresa. Yes, yes. Today's guest speaker is Michael Tatlock. His journey with Centers of Spiritual Living began in 1999, just a couple of years ago. He fully embraced Science of Mind philosophy in 2013, drawn by its uplifting energy. With over 50 years as a performer, 25 years in Los Angeles in theater, film, and TV, he's discovered a profound connection between performance and spirit. His 30-plus years in the recovery community have also deepened his practical understanding of Science of Mind principles. Recently, he's embarked on the path to becoming a licensed CSL minister. And yes, I already know he's a great speaker. So now the pressure's on. Michael is eager to combine his passion for performance, personal growth, and understanding of Science of Mind to help the community unlock its potential for positive changes. And with that, please welcome Michael Tatlock.
God, I listened to that and I'm old. Who knew? Yeah, really. Anything important happening today? Like, what are y'all doing after the service? Anything? Nothing? Nothing? Well, you know, it's a jump into something new and unusual and fun. So this is, as Teresa so lovingly reminded us in her first number, this is a leap of faith. And you all have created this vessel that's holding this newness, this amazingness of inviting the new minister, whoever that will be, and we'll find out later, into your community. And it's been a journey, right? Yes. Yeah. And there's been a lot of emotion, and there's been a lot of angst, and a lot of fear, and a whole slew of emotions. We encountered it at various times during the search committee meetings, which we should honor everybody who has been participating on that. It's been an amazing journey with these people, and I am so proud and honored to have been a part of that and to have been a part of it for you all. It's been such an amazing, revealing time for me. As I reminded everybody, I think I reminded you when we were talking first off, and I said, you know, this is a long process, you guys. It's like giving birth. So, and it really is. Almost 9 months, you guys. Right? 9 months. We're giving birth today to a brand new era for this community. And how exciting is that? So, our topic this year, amongst all the CSL centers, is open at the top. A great idea, right? And then when I looked at what the monthly theme was, it was like the fear and the furious. Oh my God, what am I going to do with that? Well, I was literally sitting here last week in Reverend Carlton's workshop, and the topic that I had promised Danny that I would give her jumped into my head. Jumping the broom. Transmuting friction into future. So what you all have gathered here today to do is do a sacred leap into something new. Something that you have held that container for 8 months. And you've walked this path, some of us individually, in interviewing people. We had 9 people, the word came into my mind. We had 9 people audition for this job. Okay? 1 sort of self-selected out because they took a position at another center, and then 8 more people we interviewed. And it was like we had a speed dating round, as to whether we wanted to go into coffee with them, or do we want to, could we go on a coffee date with these guys? And we chose, people to go on a coffee date with. And so we had a long conversation with them. And then we said, oh, well, I like you and you and you. And so I think you 3, we'd like to bring you in and invite you in to meet you all. And that's where we are today. You all sat with them, you met with them, you sat through their talk, you sat through their workshops, you met them, and now you got to do the sacred leap into transition and change. And I know that raises a lot of angst and a lot of fear and, oh my God, am I going to make the right decision? And will I like them? Will they like me? Will, what, coulda, woulda, shoulda. All those emotions are probably flying through. And you know what? It's okay. Because it's just energy, you guys. That's all it is. A friend of mine one time told me that, emotion is just energy in motion. And your brain is basically trying to figure out what that emotion is. Is it fear? Is it excitement? Is it angst? What is it? And then you get frustrated and you get angry. And all anger is just an invitation to pause. So why do I call it jumping the broom? Do you all remember must-see TV? How many people remember must-see TV? Okay. Remember Roots? Yes. An event, right? Yes. Yeah. Jumping the broom was created because back during slavery, black men and women were legally forbidden to marry. So they created a sacred ritual of jumping over a broom together to honor their bonds. This tradition symbolizes sweeping clean old pasts and limitation and crossing a threshold from what was to what is to be. That's where you are today. You're sweeping out the old, jumping into the new, and with open hearts and open minds, you're welcoming in the new. Jumping the broom was not just a gesture, it was an act of sacred resistance, a leap of faith across a threshold built by boundary and law. It was a commitment to the new. So, anger. Because the topic of today's talk is supposed to be anger as a force for change, which is sort of a weird one considering where we are, but it could be there. So, anger. As Wayne reminded you, I'm an actor. I've been an actor for over 50 years. And when an actor is analyzing the script and he runs across a character who's angry, the question that I always ask is, why is this character angry? It's an invitation to stop and look underneath. because anger is really a cover emotion. It's emotion that just sort of covers whatever the deeper part of that is. And so if you're frustrated by this process, which I'm sure some of you have been, I have been at various times, I'm inviting you to take a pause. And the pause creates a space for you to explore what's in your heart and find the truth of what lies underneath the anger. So, Ernest Holmes, sorry, anger can be turned into love. And the very power that has been destroying can be made to build up. Pause, go underneath, discover the truth. Reverend Nancy said something so prescient when she basically said, listen to your heart when you're making the decision on the new minister. And the pain, the frustration, the fear, the joy, the agony, whatever it is that you're feeling right now is just the invitation to go deeper and find out the deeper truth for you. And like I said, anger is just energy in motion, right? And all emotional energy it's just neutral, raw power waiting for direction. We're just waiting to direct it. Where do I want to take this energy that I've got under here that's making me frustrated and angry and, oh my God, I need to do something with this anger and this emotion and whatever this is, I need to let go and direct it. I need to get the choice. And that's where you are today. Gandhi reminds us that anger is like electricity. It's just as powerful and just as useful, but only if you use it intelligently. If we channel it, we can transform anger into a power that can move the world. So, Brené Brown also reminds us that anger often masks fear, grief, and regret. So, anger has been a great motivating force for me throughout my life. I moved here in 1998 because it was my dream to be an actor. And it was the one regret I never really pursued. I always, done theater regionally and stuff like that. And so, but I'm going to come here and I'm going to be an actor. So I moved. Me, everything I owned, in a 20-foot Ryder-Renda van, towing my car from Seattle down to LA. And I got here and I said, I'm going to be an actor. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I got all this stuff together and then started auditioning, and people started going, yeah, maybe not you. The one constant in any actor's life is no. And sometimes it turns into desperation, where it's sort of like, oh, please just choose me so I know that I'm really an actor, which I was there. I have gone through the emotions, the energy, whatever it is. But you know what the one thing that I got stuck on? I'll show you. It was such an amazing motivator. I'm going to show you. And I did. And it pushed me through for like 25 years here in LA, until finally I had to let go and discover what was underneath, and discover the truth that lie underneath. And the truth was I stopped believing that I have a connection to a higher power that manifests through me through performing and through entertainment, and to making people laugh and to making people feel something so that they relate to their humanness. They relate to a commonality, a common thread, a common emotion, a common unity that we all have. I had forgotten that. So what did I do to remember it? I moved 1,300 miles away. I moved up to Bellingham, Washington during COVID. Why not, right? You know? But it was the best thing because it was the thing for me to do. It was the next obvious step for me. I needed to heal. I needed to rediscover who I was. And what better place than Bellingham, Washington, because it's gorgeous up there. And we were able to afford an amazing house, and we had a view of the bay, we had trees all around, our, deer were wandering through our yard, our dog would bark at them, except when he was going out to pee or poop, and then it was just sort of like, oh, hey, George, how are you? And so it was great, and I healed, which was the next step for me. Now, you all don't need to heal. You just get to open your arms and invite in the new, which is what I did. And that new is the rediscovery of you and the rediscovery of what your community is and what your community has the potential to become. Change is hard, but change is the only constant that you have. We're always changing. I got a new do. Change. Who knew? So one of the amazing things is we get to leave the old behind, which is what I did. I left the old me up in Bellingham, Washington, and came down and was the new me. Because I needed to transcend the previous experiences required by releasing my old mental reactions. Ernest Holmes reminds us we all have the ability to transcend previous experiences and rise triumphant above them. But we shall never triumph over them while we persist in going through the old mental reactions. We all loved Reverend Mike. He was amazing. I knew Reverend Mike since I first started at CSL. But Reverend Mike decided to change, which opened up the space for you all to embrace the new. And the past few weeks, you've had people coming in auditioning. That's what they've been doing. And you all now get to make a choice. I love this quote that Reverend Lynn introduced me to a couple of weeks ago, which is all about change. Our whole practice is based on the concept that God is where we are and what we are. We are all expressions of the one, of God. And that there isn't anything else. That whatever appears to be wrong is not wrong in itself, but is in the wrong arrangement of what is right. Somebody said, wow, I know, that was my reaction. It was like, oh my God, I have to use that somewhere. And here's where I use it. Because what it's saying is that this whole process has not been wrong, y'all, but now you get to discover what the right answer is for you and for your community. This was something that Reverend Carlton did. And it's how we navigate our way through change. We initially have a reaction to something. We encounter something, we go, oh my God. And so we react to it. There's that immediate engagement of that emotion, that energy in motion. And then there's a story that's playing in the back of your mind, right? Something that triggers you to sort of go, oh, I'm in fear. And all fear is what? False evidence bearing real. Well, there's another definition that involves the F word, but I'm not going to say it. But although I'll warn you, someday I'm going to give a talk on the F word. I know, right? Oh, Dr. Marine's like clutching her heart right now, going, oh my God. I'm sure there's probably people, my husband's probably sitting there going, oh God, why are you doing that? Anyway, but we have a conditioned response. We sort of go, oh, there's this story about something that I had way back when that's now moving me forward into this current thing. And guess what? It's an invitation. It's an invitation to change. It's an invitation to pause, create the basic sacred space within how you operate so that you can step into something new by making a new choice because you've encountered a new possibility that you are willing to entertain. And through that, you get to do spiritual authority, or as Reverend Carlton called it, dominion. I call it agency. I call it, you make a choice. Make a choice. What I usually am saying when I'm driving all over LA. Make a choice. So my question to you right now is, where is the anchor of your awareness resting today? Are you ready to choose? Are you ready to step forward, to step into the new? Are you resistant? All legitimate questions and all valid. And whatever you're feeling is the right feeling for you at this moment. All I'm saying is that if you're angry, if you're frustrated, if you're fearful, take that as a moment to pause and discover what's underneath. And then make a truthful choice for you by listening to your heart, as our fabulous Reverend Nancy would say. So I'm going to read a story to you. During the Middle Ages, 3 stonecutters were working on a dusty, noisy construction site. A traveler walked up to them, feeling the intense heat, the sweat, and the grit in the air. The work looked brutal and exhausting. The traveler asked the first stonecutter, "What are you doing?" The first man wiped sweat from his brow and with an angry huff snapped, "I am chipping away at this stubborn, miserable rock. My back hurts, my hands are bleeding, and I can't wait for this shift to end." Okay, so the traveler moved to the second stonecutter and asked, "What are you doing?" The second man shrugged and said, "I'm shaping a stone so I can earn a paycheck and feed my family. It's hard work, but it pays the bills." Then the traveler approached the third stonecutter. Though covered in the same dirt and sweating under the same sun, his eyes were bright with passion. He looked up at the sky and said with deep pride, "I am building a cathedral." So, are you chipping stone? Or are you building a cathedral? A choice. Friction is an invitation to grow. Anger, an invitation to go deeper and find out what the truth is for you. Friction is the pebble in the oyster that makes the pearl. The tree does not weep when its bark begins to split, nor call the tear a tragedy or sin. It knows the tightness in the wood is just the expanding life within. The heat we feel, the sudden flare, is not the end of peace. It is the soul, too vast for yesterday, demanding its release. So, the invitation I give you all is what do you want to create? What do you want to be? As individual members of this community, what do you want your community to be? What do you want your city to be? What do you want your country to be? It's all a choice. And you all know the right one. You just go within, find the truth, and then step. Do the leap of faith. So let's take a moment and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath and settle into that chair. And know that on this breath, you get to relax and just be in this moment. And know in this moment that the chair that is supporting you is the support that you always have with Spirit, with God, with this higher power that surrounds us all, this presence, this joyous, jubilant feeling of love. And so I invite you to take another breath. And in this breath, I invite you to go into that space where that still small voice resides. That voice that always speaks the truth. And so I ask you, in this moment, at this point, at this juncture, you're okay. What is the next step for you? What is the next step for your community, for your city, for your state, for your country, for your world? And know that you're totally prepared to make the decision that you're being asked to make. You know the truthful answer for you. And so as you take that leap of faith, the net appears and you are caught. Because you're not falling. You're getting ready to soar. You're getting ready to fly. And isn't that just a glorious feeling? So when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, come back in the room. And let's just take this into a little bit of prayer. And know with me at this moment that we are gathered here to hold hands and jump over the broom into a new chapter for CSL Granada Hills. And as we leap, as we step into the new, holding each other's hands and joyously celebrating this new chapter, we know we are carried aloft with love, with happiness, with joy, and with possibilities unknown but fully free of fear and doubt, and totally based in excitement, in wonder, in curiosity, but most of all, joy and love. And oh my God, how great is that? How great is that to be able to demonstrate our love moving forward into this new chapter? I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to say yes. To say yes, to leap and to invite in the new. So I just release this into the action of law because I know it's taken care of. It's complete, it's done, nothing's withheld, and all I have to do is say, and so it is. So, think of this. I know that my word transmutes every energy into constructive action, producing health, harmony, happiness, and success. That's what you're getting ready to do. Together, we leap. And so it is.
When you can't find your direction and your heart won't guide you home, let go. Let God. When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost the will to trust, let go. Let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the thought remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go. Let God. And when your courage fails you, the well of hope runs dry. Let go. Let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let your soul remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go. Let God. Let go. Let God. Let go. let God.
Yeah.
So at this time, why? I know. Thanks, Mom. Oh, I have known Dr. Maureen a long time. So at this time, I'm going to invite Chloe to bring the basket up. And this is a time for conscious giving. And I do use word conscious giving. Know that your gift is supporting the center, and that goes also for people that are online. You can support us online by going to cslgh.org and click and send in your donations. Thank you. And Teresa? Okay, we're going to say this. And together, love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of our supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my center, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us, Spirit receives through us, Spirit lives and breathes through us. Oh, Spirit lives and breathes through us.
So let's go within one more time as we bless all these contributions. Yes, I know. As we go within and recognize that God is that love, light, and God is that source and substance of my supply. And I live an abundant life, and I welcome all that is good for myself and for my community. And I give thanks for these contributions and the ones from online and all sources that support this community, that support the consciousness of health, prosperity, abundance, joy, and laughter. Knowing that God is and I am, I give thanks for these contributions, that they go forth to heal, to bless, and grow this community in boundless ways. And knowing this is all complete and done, I just release to the law, and together we say, and so it is. I'm going to invite Michael up for one more.
So, so to give you an overview of how the general meeting is going to go, okay? So you're invited to go munch for a little while we pull everything together. Then we're going to come back here and convene and do the general meeting at 12:30. Danny will be out front. There'll be some other people in the little anteroom up there, to make sure that that everyone who's coming into the general meeting is a member, because only members can vote. If you're not a member, I'm sorry, but please join. We would love to have you. And then we do the meeting quick, down and dirty. You know, y'all vote. There'll be a box up here. Drop it in the box. We'll take the box away. We'll do the tally, etc. You can still go and graze and then come back, and then we'll announce the results. So, huh? Today. Yeah.
Now, if people want to go and have lunch someplace else after the short meeting, then that, as long as you get back here by 2:00.
Yeah.
And if you can't stay, leave your ballot.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. If you have plans afterwards, but go ahead and vote. Drop it in the box. It's sitting on the table in the foyer, and we'll be fine. So I invite Wayne up to do the benediction.
Okay, it's get her done time. So let's go in one more time as we close out this service and recognize that God is that source and substance of supply. God is in and through everything in my life, in everybody's life. God is that place of peace, harmony, that place of oneness, joy, all knowing that there is a right and perfect solution. There is the right and perfect minister for the Center for Spiritual Living. And I know that as a community, as that one mind, one heart, the new minister is already here. And with a grateful heart, I release, let go, and know it's all complete and done. And together we say, and so it is.
Join me in singing. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now.